Rev up your engines!
Well, guess what? In Southeast Florida, gasoline is like $6.50 a gallon at one station. And you might think, why is it so expensive there? Well, you know why? Because they can. There is no law on the price of gasoline. They can charge whatever they want. Do you ever notice how you get closer to an airport, the price goes up? Because they can. They got you by the short and curlies. They know a bunch of people are bringing rental cars back. They got to bring them back full. If they don't bring them back full, then the stupid swines at the car rental places, they'll charge you $8 a gallon, $9 a gallon, whatever they want to fill it up. They rip you off at those local stations, right? And it's no different anywhere else. When I was in Death Valley, gas was $7-something a gallon. In Death Valley, because there's only 3 gas stations in Death Valley. They can charge whatever they want. If you drove only 40 minutes from Death Valley, 40 minutes, you're out of California, you were in Nevada. Instead of $7, gasoline was like $3.40 a gallon. And they can't say, well, it's transportation cost. It doesn't cost that much to transport it the extra 40 miles, right? And then they say, well, it's tax. The tax in California is more than the tax in Nevada. Yeah, and that's like maybe 15 cents a gallon more, not $4 more. They can charge you whatever they want. They're private enterprises, right? So now some swine in a Shell station in Florida is charging $6.50 a gallon. Why do they do it? Because they can. And you know what you do to counter that? Don't buy it from them. Hey, it's a competitive world. There's some swines charging $6.50 a gallon, and you go 2 miles down the street, and it's $4 a gallon. The other guys are going to go out of business if people stop buying it. Realize the power we have as consumers is you don't have to buy anything unless you want to buy it. It's not like there's hardly anything here. It's not like you're in an electric car, you're out of power, you got 5 miles left. You're going to have to charge it wherever you are. They can charge you whatever they want, and there's hardly any charging stations. So look around. Use your head. Greedy gas station guy who charges whatever he can because he feels that he can. If the people don't buy it, guess what? He'll go out of business. Well, now the truth is coming out. I talked about it a long time ago. Turns out that the Ford F-150 electric Lightning pickup truck is having a big disconnect for Ford and causing them problems. They can't sell them. People don't want to buy them. They got limited range. They have problems. Ford gets like 90-something% of their profit on the F-150 line. That's their money maker. Why on earth would they decide they're going to push a bunch of money to this electric one? Ford has recently lost 20% of their stock value because of this stuff. Everybody's saying, oh, that electric truck, man, that was a big failure. What are they trying to push on people now? Boy, did they make a mistake. Ford's trying to push back. But as this one analyst said, Ford has made efforts to improve its services and expand its charging network. But there are still risks and uncertainties surrounding the viability of the F-150 electric brand. The same exact thing has happened with Harley-Davidson, right? They came up with their electric Harley-Davidson, which was a massive failure. The last quarter, I don't know, they sold 10, 15 of them or something. Nobody's buying the stupid electric Harley-Davidsons. Just like nobody's really going to be buying these electric F-150 pickups either. You get hardcore Harley guys who want noise, fast motorcycles, shiny, make a lot of noise, right? They don't want something that doesn't make any noise and has no range. Same thing with the F-150. A lot of truck guys want a little bit of noise, but noise regardless. They want something that can go a long way. These can't when they tow stuff. What do people do with pickup trucks? The serious pickup truck. They tow stuff. They haul stuff. You put that weight in, they can't go far enough. And there's all kinds of other myriad problems that they have. So this is all hitting back on Ford's stock price. They push this electric truck. It's not really working. And if you look at the electric Mustang, the same thing. They can't give them away. People don't want them. The quality isn't that good. They're made in Mexico. It isn't a Mustang at all. It's just an SUV, electric SUV. People don't want those either. Here we got again another disconnect between the federal government and we, the people, right? The government says, oh, you got to buy these electric cars, electric trucks. And the people are saying, whoa, wait a second. In the beginning, yeah, they sold some because there's always people that are interested in new technology, right? And you get a bunch of hippy dippies. We're going to save the planet with electric cars. No, you're not. They pollute almost just as much as the regular ones and you add all the stuff up. So that's a big misnomer. But on top of it, vehicles like trucks serve a certain purpose. And if they don't serve that purpose, people aren't going to buy them. Haul heavy loads in the bed without running to ranges of sometimes 90 miles before they run out of electricity. Stupid move on Ford. They should have thought about that before. They didn't, and now it's biting them in the rear end. Now, here's some interesting information. If you follow me, I tell you, one of the reasons you really don't want to buy all-wheel drive vehicles is this. All the tires have to be the same exact size because of the way that the differentials in the transfer case works. Each tire has to be the same exact size because if one's bigger or smaller than the other, it's got to continually being adjusted to drive it right, and it will burn your transfer case out, your transmission out, it'll ruin things, right? So that means you get a flat tire. If your tire's ruined, you're going to have to buy all 4 tires. Well, listen to this one from a guy with a Subaru at a Subaru deal to show you what scumbags they are. Professor X says, Scotty, they always try to tell me I need 4 tires if I get a blowout in my all-wheel drive Subaru, because you have to have the same size tires, and I agree, but I had a blowout on the right rear tire with 20,000 miles on them, and because it's a warranty, they only replaced 1 tire. All of a sudden they say, oh, it's okay to replace 1 tire under warranty. What do you say, Scotty? I say the Subaru dealer's screwing you over. You know, they say, well, you got a bad tire, you got to buy all 4 now. But when it's under warranty, well, we're only warranting the tire that blew. Your other ones that have 20,000 miles of wear. What hypocrites? What hypocrites, you know? Well, when it's his dime, you got to buy all 4. But when it's theirs, oh, here, you get a new tire under warranty. Not 4, just 1. What a bunch of hypocrites. That just shows you what scumbags they are at Subaru. That they do something like that. That if you are paying for it, you got to buy all 4. But when it's their warranty, even though the other tires had 20,000 miles on them, oh yeah, we can just replace that 1. What a bunch of scumbags. Well, Jeep has had it with their crapola, the SUVs, right? The dashes don't work right. The backup cameras don't work right. It's software, they say, that they got to reprogram them, right? You know, they always say that. Half the time it doesn't fix it. They'll probably find out why the cameras are bad or the dashes themselves are breaking down. But they always try to fix it with a software. Jeep especially has done that. I've seen it in the past. Customer of mine had Jeeps with crappy automatic transmission. They say, oh, it's a software issue. We'll reprogram your automatic transmission, right? So they do, and they get it back, and the things are just as bad as they were in the first place. And it doesn't fix anything at all. So whether this fixes them or not, who knows? But the fact is they got to recall 340,000 of them. It shows you the crap that they're making these Jeeps like. I warn people, they're not like the old Jeeps from World War II or the 50s or 60s or even the 70s. They are just made like crap these days. It was bad enough when Fiat bought Chrysler and it went down, but now it's part of Stellantis and they're making them even worse than they were. So stay away from them if you value your money and you won't have to deal with all this crap. Roy Hines says, my 2018 Toyota Hybrid shakes for a second when I put it in gear. It only does it when the combustion engine is on. It doesn't happen in EV mode. Other than that, it runs perfectly. It doesn't show any codes. What do you think? It obviously has to do with the combustion engine, because you said when it's on electric only, it doesn't do the shaking. So you got a problem with the engine and or transmission system. But I doubt that it's the transmission, because in that system, the transmission is the same transmission that uses the electric and the gasoline. They're both connected to the CVT transmission. It's an electronic CVT transmission. It's got an input from electric motor and input from the gasoline. So odds are you got a problem with your gasoline motor system. Could be as simple as clogged air filter, bad spark plugs, or it could be as simple as the fuel injectors are dirty and they need cleaning. But there's something going on with the engine system. If you really want to figure out, you know, I said it only does it for a second and goes away. So, I mean, I personally wouldn't worry about it at the stance. But if you're a real fanatic, find a guy like me with a high-level scan tool. When it does it, we record the data and then look at it and see. Maybe we'll see, well, the injectors aren't reacting correctly enough. Or maybe the fuel pressure isn't coming up right and the fuel filter's clogged or something like that. Do that. And, of course, check the spark plugs, check the air filter. If those things are worn out, yeah, you can easily change it yourself. It's a 4-cylinder engine. Very easy to change the air filter, the spark plugs on that thing. World in Flame says, I'm getting bad gas mileage in my 2014 Rogue with 70,000 miles. 10,000 miles ago, the gas mileage fell. I replaced the spark plug, made sure the air filter's clean, checked the oxygen sensors, mechanic says everything was fine. What could it be? It's a Nissan Rogue, right? If it's running okay, you changed all the obvious stuff, it runs okay, but you're getting horrible gas mileage, I can tell you what the problem is. The problem is that piece of crap CVT automatic transmission that has. CVT transmissions always break down all the time, and when they do, they no longer are efficient, and they slip internally, and then you get horrible gas mileage. And that's, I can just about guarantee you what that is. Any mechanic like me would hook up my computer, look at the transmission data. The transmission data would show, we could see how much slippage there was, and you're probably getting too much slippage, in which case you'll get horrible gas mileage. But when you find out what it costs to replace the CVT on that thing, you'll probably think, gee, I better sell this pile of crap and get a Toyota or a Honda. Now, you say it runs okay, right? So, hey, trade it in, it's running okay. How are they gonna know what gas mileage you're getting, you know? Just get rid of the stupid thing, because I can just about guarantee you, unless you have a fuel leak somewhere, and then you're either going to smell it or see it, your transmission's going out, and that's typical on those Rogues, because those Jatco transmissions, the CVTs, are made like garbage, especially the older ones like a 2014. So if you never want to miss another one of my new car repair videos, remember to ring that bell.